YouTube viewers and random Doctor Who fans, and welcome along to the final day of Dalekcember, where I'll be taking a look at something which actually isn't remote controlled for a change. It'll actually be this, which is the Doctor Who Desktop Patrol Dalek, and here it is in its box, which looks really, really nice. It's kind of this almost transparent cube here, which means that it shows off the toy itself very, very nicely. I could almost review this without taking it out of its box, couldn't I? It looks great. It looks really good. So in the background there, you've got that little blue swirling vortex that we've seen on all the Matt Smith era Doctor Who toys. So there's a big Doctor Who logo at the back there. Desktop Patrol Dalek with the BBC logo written there. And again, another Doctor Who logo there. And the same on this side as well. And underneath, you've just got a load of legal garb with the WoW Stuff logo there. And then around the back here, you've just literally just got Desktop Patrol Dalek written up here and just some information about it, which I'm not going to read out. I'll let you pause the video and read this in your own time because, to be honest, I don't want to bore you to death. And there's some pictures here of the drone Dalek here and of the toy itself. And that's pretty much it for the packaging. So now let's open it up and take a look at the toy itself. Alright, so here we are. The detail on this little toy is alright for its size, I suppose. You can see the eye stalk there has a little bit of detail there on the inside. That little yellow section looks really nice. Then the rest of it there is all kind of really bland, so you kind of got that dome there at the top with the little ears there which don't light up, which is a little unfortunate. Then this section around here as well, which is detailed fairly okay. Then you've got the little weapons section here with the sink plunger and the whisk. Again, they don't really move or anything like that, neither does the eye stalk, so that's a little unfortunate. The detail runs all the way around to the back here, where you've got this really ugly screw hole here for the battery compartment, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on. All of its bumps, eggs, balls, hemispheres, whatever you want to call them, are all there, all looking present and correct, and there's a bit of an ugly infrared sensor there just at the front. Then it's got obviously this little bumper at the bottom, and on underneath it's got a little wheel here and its little sensors down here too, and it's two wheels at the back and the on-off switch. So the detail on this toy is alright for its size. I suppose it could look a little bit better, but for its size it's just okay. So the unique feature about this Dalek toy is the fact that it's a desktop patrol Dalek, which means that you can turn it on and it'll start moving around and patrol your desktop, and whenever it reaches an object it'll sense that it's essentially hit a brick wall and it'll change direction and continue on patrolling. And it's the same if it reaches the edge of your desk. It'll realise that it's about to fall off and it'll change direction. And that's a nice little idea, and it is fun to watch, but you know, the novelty of it wears off fairly quickly. It is quite loud as well. It makes kind of a grating noise as it moves along, which can get on your nerves too. You can also switch the Dalek to a sound effect mode, where it essentially does the same thing it does in its regular mode, except whenever it reaches a brick wall or an object, it will say exterminate, which again is cool and fun, but it can get on your nerves after a little while. Exterminate! 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 Battery installation is fairly simple. You just unscrew the screw at the back. This then allows you to separate the top section of the Dalek from the bottom. There you'll be able to insert 3 AAA batteries, which unfortunately are sold separately. You insert those into the bottom, then of course attach the top section back on and screw it into place, and you're ready to go. So, all in all, what do I think of this toy? Well, I'm not really sure it actually is a toy. I think it's more kind of a novelty item. You need to remember this is made by a company called WoW Stuff, who also gave us the 11th Doctor's metal screwdriver, actual screwdriver, and also the adipose stress toy. So, they're kind of these little novelty gifts. They're not supposed to be taken seriously when it comes to detail or having them up on display or anything like that. They're just a bit of fun, really, and this falls into the same sort of category, really. It doesn't really look that great. Of course it does look like a Dalek, but the detail on it could have been a little bit better. And it is quite fun, I suppose, to see it kind of patrolling around your desk, even though the novelty can wear off quite quickly. It is definitely an ideal stocking filler for any Doctor Who fan around this time of year. It almost kind of puts me in mind of the wind-up Dalek that I reviewed around this time last year, except of course it's much more technologically advanced, as we all know how much I absolutely hated the wind-up Dalek. Yes. So anyway, that brings us to the end of this review and to the end of Dalekcember. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, there's countless more videos online. Thank you again for watching, and remember to keep following the nerd. Bye bye.